And a good afternoon, everybody. Sports Time Machine here. We're going to try a little 1978 payoff pitch replay. Just going to wait for a second in case anyone wants to come in and watch. I'm trying to get my charts ready so we don't run into any huge problems here. Sometimes this is the big part of the problem, Michael, is just having my chart ready and everything else. I'm expecting to get some fast action cards in the future. So be waiting for that. I think that will make this game really interesting and exciting to boot too. So we're going to play, I believe, with about 3 charts. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to do any rare plays, stuff like that. So we'll see how this game runs. We'll put these down below. Hopefully won't have to resort to them for right now. And we'll put these over here. So here we go, play ball. Welcome to Arlington Stadium here. The new 1978 payoff pitch by Sideline Strategy Games. It will be Doyle Alexander for the Rangers, taking on Ed Figueroa for the New York Yankees. So game is in Texas. Yankees will lead off. I will be playing probably more so on the actual Stratomatic game itself. And let's see who's came in the game. Jack Dawson, thank you so much for coming in. We welcome you to the stream. Little payoff pitch, 1978 action. So the first pitch of the game will be to Willie Randolph. He's a right-handed hitter. He was 1 for 5 in the Yankees opener. That was a win against the Rangers. I do have the game saved, but I have not uploaded it as of yet. So here's the first pitch. The top 2 dice are your 2 D6s. The bottom 2 are the 2 D10s. So play ball here at the stadium here in Arlington. So Doyle Alexander, and he throws one through the middle of the plate. So a 73 for Randolph. A 73 for Randolph's a ground ball. The and again, Doyle Alexander, a former Yankee. So far, 1 out here in the top of the first inning, just underway here in Arlington. So Alexander looks, gets the sign from Sundberg, and here's the pitch. And that is going to be an 8 from Alexander. That is going to be a patient. Let's see if Mickey Rivers was patient enough to get a good pitch. He just missed the pitch, actually. Ground ball to third, picked up by Hara, throws him out, and that is 2 outs. So Randolph was not patient enough, had a chance. So Mickey Rivers is now 0 for 6. 2 outs here in the first. Here's Thurman Munson, 2 for 5 in the opener. So Munson hits, right-handed batter, wearing number 15. Rangers defensively is Oliver Benitez, Washington, Hara, Campaneris, Wills, and Hargrove. Sundberg is your catcher, and Doyle Alexander is your pitcher. Right-handed Alexander to right-handed Munson. And here is your pitch. It's a 31 it's a 4 for Alexander. That is going to be tough. 64 for Munson on a tough, and he just misses something. That'll be a pop. That'll be a ground ball. That'll be a ground ball. The second picked up again by Wills, throws him out, and ends the innings. So Doyle Alexander gets 3 ground balls. No score here in Arlington. So we'll go ahead and switch things up here. Ed Figueroa now on the mound. Mike Hargrove will now come up for the Rangers. The Ranger lineup is Hargrove, Campaneris, Oliver, Zisk, Hara, Washington, Benitez, Will, Sundberg. On the mound is Ed Figueroa. Let's take a look at our stream just to make sure we're looking good. That's why we're kind of trying to play it as it is like that. And then I'll play back keeping the score so I can keep stats and everything. But I'll keep checking back at stats, and hopefully you guys can still enjoy the game. So here's Hargrove. He was 0 for 4 in the opener. He'll bat against Figueroa, right-handed pitcher, wearing number 31. He looks in, gets a sign from Cliff Johnson, again, who's the catcher today, and here's the pitch. That'll be a 5 from Figueroa. That is a patient out. So a ground ball to second throws him out. and an automatic out for Figueroa. Very nice to have that on your card. Ground ball 4-3. Also, Hargrove starts off 0 for 5 on the opening season. Here's Bert Campaneris. He was 1 for 4 in the opener. Right-handed batter. A very aging veteran, played on 3 A's championships, right-handed hitter. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign from Johnson, and here's the pitch. This will be a 5, and again, he gets the same roll again, so that's an automatic out. That's a patient out. Ground ball is second. Randolph gets it, throws it to Chambliss, and Figueroa has 2 quick patient outs. So a good job from Eddie as he gets his first 2 out ball, and 2 here in the second. So Figueroa definitely not using a lot of his pitch count so far. Here's Oliver. Oliver was 2 for 5 with a double in the opener. So Oliver steps up, big, good left-handed hitter, always sprays the ball over the place, has good power. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign from Johnson, and here's the pitch. That will be a 7 from Figueroa. That is in play, though. 63, so he gets good wood on it, but he sends the ball in the left field. Roy White is there, makes the catch, and the Rangers go 1-2-3. 1-2-3 go to Rangers. We played 1. It is no score. Yankees and Rangers. So due up for the Yankees will be Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles, all 3 left-handed bats, and they'll take their turn at Doyle Alexander. So Doyle Alexander, whose card I just misplaced, probably put in with the rest of the Yankees somewhere. Let's see if I mix them up with the Yankees. I did. Well, let's go ahead and stack them on top of one another here so they're easier for me. So the Rangers will go over here. Jackson is here, and we're all set. Again, let's take a look at the chat. Again, we're going to the top of the second inning here. Hope everyone comes in and enjoys the game. A payoff pitch, 1978. Again, until I can figure out a way I can get the strategy. Then again, I would have to probably have to roll dice. So I'd have to find my dice that were kind of packed away in the last move, but shouldn't be too difficult. Here's Reggie. He was 1 for 4 in the opener with a home run and 2 RBIs. Doyle Alexander gets the sign from Sundberg, and here's the pitch. That'll be a 4 from Alexander. That is going to be a tough pitch. That is not going to work well. That's a strikeout as Jackson swings over it. So Doyle Alexander gets a strikeout to start off the second inning. 1 out here in the second. Now here's Chris Chambliss. He was 2 for 4 in the opener, a triple and an RBI. We had like 3 triples in our opening game. 2 triples by Juan Benitez. Doyle Alexander gets the sign from Sundberg. Alexander looks in, and here's the pitch. And that will be in the good area, a 30 against a righty, and Chambliss just missed it. He popped it straight up. That will bring out a can of corn. Campaneris waits for it, waits to come down, makes the catch. So we popped it straight up to the shortstop. I mean, Chambliss just missed it. He got good wood on it, but he just popped it straight up. 2 outs. Here's Greg Nettles. He was 2 for 4 in the opener, a double and an RBI, wearing number 9. He sets up. Sundberg has to sign for Alexander. Alexander nods. Here is the pitch. And that will be a defensive check. So we're going to go ahead and do a defensive check on number 89. 89 will be an error check on the left fielder. So Al Oliver will be responsible for the error check today. Hang on 1 second. Again, this is what I was kind of dreading. So put that over there. Hopefully, the left fielder Oliver will be responsible for the error check here. So let's see what Oliver's error check is going to be. So Oliver's check on the left fielder as an error is a 4. So in Arlington Stadium, a 4 is a 1-37 is an error. So let's roll the dice, and it's a 47. So Oliver makes the catch. Yankees are retired. So we played an 1.5 here in Arlington. Hot weather in this one, but it's no score. We head to the second inning. So the Rangers will step up with Zisk, Hara, Washington. Zisk is your designated hitter today, followed by Hara and Claudel. He'll hit against Ed Figueroa here in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. Zisk in the first game was 0 for 4. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign. That will be a 10. That is a tough 75 on a tough will be a fly ball to center field. Rivers didn't have to move. He waits and makes the catch, and there's one out. So far, Ed Figueroa is utilizing giving up much in the middle of the plate. He's not giving up good high velo or velocity, and he's not getting good wood. So the Rangers are staying away from the middle of the bats. Here's Toby Harrah, 1 for 5 in the opener, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and also had a stolen base. Harrah, right-handed hitter, good hitter, always has been. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa looks in, and here's the pitch. Here's a 5, and that's the third time today. A ground ball to Randolph. He gets it and throws him out. So again, Ed Figueroa's here in this inning. Here's Claudell Washington. Doesn't spend a lot of time here in Texas. I believe he gets traded to Chicago early in this season. Bottom of the second, 2 outs, nobody on. We're still looking for our first base hit today. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That will be a 9. That will be a tough. And 0-3 against a righty is a strikeout. So Claudell Washington swings over it, and 3 up, 3 down for Ed Figueroa. We go to the showed up here. I just lost, I think, my camera. So yes, I got to be careful with my camera here. Let's see if I can. Sorry about that, folks, but somebody was watching and told me there was a problem there. My fault. So let's go back to the third inning. Got to keep an eye on that camera and make sure we're still showing the game. So top of the third, we're still a White will be the batter against Doyle Alexander. So Washington is retired. We'll go ahead and switch spots there. White is going to come up. Top 3 here. So White, the batter. White did not hit in the first game. Lou Piniella played against John Matlack. Alexander looks in the sunbird, gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That will be a 6. That will be a tough. That does not sound good. That's a strikeout for White. So White swings over it. Second strikeout of the game for Doyle Alexander. So with 1 out, here is Cliff Johnson. Again, he's making the start today behind the plate. He was 0 for 3 with an RBI in the first game. Cliff Johnson, big right-handed hitter. Alexander looks in, gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That will be an 8. That will be a patient. 78 will still be off the tracks. Fly ball in the center field. Benitez waits, makes the catch, and that is 2 outs. So a fly ball center field, and that is 2 outs here in the third inning. So now here's Bucky Dent. Dent was 2 for 4 in the opener and 2 RBIs, including him. When the Yankees had a big 5-run uprising, he had 2 big RBIs that basically knocked out John Matlack from the ball game. Doyle Alexander looks in, gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That will be a 3. A 3 is another defensive check. 91 on the defense. This time it will go to again for 91. Again, it'll go to the left fielder, Al Oliver. So for the second straight time, Al Oliver is responsible for defensive check. Left fielder, he is going to be an error is a 4. Again, we said it's a 1 to 37. He will not make the catch. He comes in, makes the easy catch. So Oliver comes in, makes the catch to end the inning. We go to the bottom third inning for our first hit ball game, as there is no score. So out of the third inning, we still got good statistics there. So we'll go ahead and leave that where it's back. Last of the third inning, no score. We're trying to get things moving here. The Yankees definitely need something here. They have nothing going on here. Doyle Alexander shut him down. Figueroa's been good. He's gotten 3 tough outs so far in the ball game. Here's Juan Benitez, 4 for 4 in the opener. What a start for Juan. 2 singles and 2 triples. So Benitez, right-handed hitter, will hit right-handed hitter would hit against the right-handed pitching Figueroa. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign, and here is the pitch. This will be a 6 from Fig, and that will be in play, but this time he will not get a good pitch. Ground ball to short, picked up by Dent, throws him out, and Benitez has retired for the first time this year. A smile by Juan as he was hoping to stay perfect for the season. So Benitez is now 4 for 5. So here is the second baseman bumped Wills, son of Maury. Wills bats, he was 1 for 4 in the opener, a double, had a run batted in. Wills switch hitter will bat from the left side against Figueroa. Gets the sign from Johnson. Figueroa nods. And here's the pitch from Figueroa. Again, that'll be a good pitch there. That is going to be a tough inside. And let's see. Ooh, and tough. He just missed it against a righty. And that will be a strikeout for Bump Wills. Swung over the pitch. And that is a second strikeout of the game for Ed Figueroa. So the Puerto Rican right-hander has 2 strikeouts, 2 outs in the third, and he'll pitch to Jim Sundberg. So he's trying to duplicate what Doyle Alexander's done the first 3 innings. So far, nothing out. So Sundberg was 2 for 4 in the opener. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa looks in. And here's the pitch. That will be a 3, and that's in the wheelhouse. A 26 in the wheelhouse against a righty. A line drive, base hit in the gap between White and Rivers. So the first base of the ball game is Jim Sundberg. So luckily, Sundberg, not a lot of power there. He could have got one out of here. So this time, Figueroa didn't. He put one in the middle of the plate, and Sundberg jumped at it. So runner on first and 2 outs. He'll bring up Mike Hargrove. He'll take his time getting the plate. We'll go ahead and kick our station identification break as Hargrove takes his time. He's back in the box. Hargrove is 0 for 1. He's 0 for 5 on the season. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign, runner on first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that'll be a 9. That'll be a tough 37 on the tough is going to be a base hit for Mike Hargrove. So the first die is a 5. That'll be 1 base. So Sundberg will stop at second base, first and second, and 2 outs. So even with 2 outs, let's see. Well, let's see. If Sundberg is a running 7, he's a 5, so he's not. Usually that's a good thing to do, too. If you're more than a running 7, 2 outs, you get that extra base. So first and second, 2 outs now. So here's Bert Campaneris. So now the Rangers with 2 hits and 2 outs in this inning. And Campaneris with a chance to take advantage. First and second, 2 outs for the Rangers. Arlington fans on their feet. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa from the stretch, and here's the pitch, and it's going to be a 7 again. That is in play. That is bad news. 9 is in the left field base hit for Campaneris. There is 2 outs. He is a 5, so he's not going to get the automatic go home on the less than that. It's a 2. Runner on second scores. So Sundberg does come around third. He gets the green light and scores. RBI, Bert Campaneris. The Rangers have taken the lead on 3 straight base hits. First and second and 2 outs. And now it's 1-0 Rangers. So now here's Al Oliver. So Figueroa, again, has been getting too much bat right now. He's been throwing the ball in the middle of the plate, and that's cost them. Let's see what they can do here. First and second, 2 outs. Figueroa looks in. Johnson gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And that will be tough this time. That will be good. 21 is a strikeout. He gets a tough strikeout on Al Oliver, whose only range was a 22% to get the strikeout. So he just gets the strikeout on Oliver to end the inning. 1 run on 3 hits and 2 men left. We played 3 here in Arlington. It's 1-0 Texas. So now the Yankees will step up, and they'll bring the top of the lineup back again to the top. Will be Randolph, Rivers, and Munson against Doyle Alexander, who has not given up a base runner through the first 3 innings. Let's take a look at things here at the ballpark. Make sure we're still grooving. Looks like we are. I was kind of hoping that we had some more people here today, but that will just have to be. So the top of the 4 off will step in. 1-0 Rangers. So here we go. Woolley steps up. Alexander gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That will be an 8 on Alexander. That is a patient. That's usually a good call for Randolph to get the walk. Not this time. It's not high enough. That'll be a ground ball to second. Wills gets it, throws him out, and Alexander retired the first 10 Yankees. Still looking for their first 6. He's a left-handed batter. We'll see if he can punch one in the outfield for a base hit. Randolph, again, Alexander doesn't have a good move, so he can get a good jump if he gets on. Alexander gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And there it is. It is going to be in play. 45 against a righty, and that just was not high enough. Ground ball to first. Hargrove feels it. He will pitch it to Alexander and get the second out of the inning. So ground ball, and that will be a 3-1 play. And there is now 2 outs here in the 4th. So now here's Thurman Munson. The Yankee captain will have to see if he can get something going. Doyle Alexander having all in his way here against the Yanks. Sunberg puts down the sign. Alexander from the full windup, and here's the pitch. That will be a 9. That will be a patient 76. Obviously is not going to be good enough. 76, a fly ball to center field. Beniquez with the catch and makes the catch. Now Doyle Alexander is retired to first. 12 New York Yankees. So now we go to the bottom of the 4th. Rangers lead 1-0. It will now be Richie Zisk, followed by Toby Harrah and Claudel Washington against number 31, Ed Figueroa. So now we go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. Zisk, the batter, will be Zisk, Harrah, Washington. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa from the full windup and the pitch. This will be a 9. That is going to be tough on a 21. Struck him out. So Zisk strikes out. That will be the 4th strikeout for the Puerto Rican right-hander. First out here in the 4th. So Zisk retired. Here is now Toby Harrah. So Harrah, the batter. Harrah so far has grounded out. He's 0 for 1. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign, the full windup. That will be in play, but the Yankees will field this perfectly. 5 ball in the center field. Rivers is there, makes the catch. So he got one in the middle of the plate there for Harrah. But Harrah skies one to center field to make the play, and that is 2 away. So now here's Claudel Washington. He was one of Figueroa's 4 strikeout victims so far. So pitch to Claudel Washington. That's an 8. Oh, that is going to be in play, but a 99. It'll be a fly ball to right field. Reggie is there, makes the catch, and that is all for the Rangers here in the 4th. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 5th. 1-0 Rangers. So we go to the top of the 5th here. Claudel retired. The Yankees will now send up Jackson, Chambliss, Nettles. Doyle Alexander has retired the first 12 Yankees. We already have some drama here at the ballpark. The batter, Alexander, looks and gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That will be a 4. That's going to be a tough. 93 is a fly ball in the right field. Claudel is there. He'll put the glove up, make the catch, and that's the first out. So the first out, and that is again the 13th Yankee retired in a row. So Jackson retired, and now here's Chris Chambliss, the first baseman. He popped up his first time up. Alexander looks in, gets the sign from Sunberg. Full windup from Alexander, and here's the pitch. That will be in play. 35 is not enough. That is a pop up to the third baseman. Harrah comes in. He's in foul territory, makes the catch, and that is 2 out. So 14 in a row retired by Doyle Alexander. And now here's Greg Nettles. So Nettles, the batter, flied out his first time up. So Nettles steps up. Boy, the Yankees are swinging away at Alexander's pitches. He needs a groove one here. Alexander gets the sign from Sundberg. Here is the pitch. Again, that is in play. Oh, that is going to be a rare play, which I was trying to avoid using. Let's see if I can get to one here. Let's see. I like the new rare play chart, so let's see if we can use one. So it's a 5. It's going to be an in. So it's going to be an in play, nobody on rare play. So let's see. Takes me probably just a second. Runners on base. Runner on base. Runners on base. Tough. Runners on base. Tough. I need like bases. Base. I need bases empty. Patient. That'll be I need bases empty in play. All right. So let's go ahead and re-roll the dice. It'll be a 77 in play. So let's see. Bases loaded, 77 in play. Says batter hits a slow roll to first base and fields the ball. Throws the pitcher covering the bag. The batter and pitcher collide, knocking both players to the ground. Roll 1d6 if the result is equal or less than the pitcher's E rating. So the batter is called out. Otherwise, he is safe on the infield single. Check both players for injury. Well, we won't check for injury since this is as played. So now we're going to have to see the covering. So now we have to see what the rating for Doyle Alexander is. So his rating is a 3. So let's see. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. He just gets it over the bag. So Nettles and Alexander both collide. So Nettles went charging toward the by Hargrove. He fed Alexander. Both collide. It makes the play, and the inning is over. So Doyle Alexander has now retired 15 straight New York Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 1-0 Texas. Wow, here in this ball game, Arlington, Texas, as we have excitement brewing here. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. So the Yankees are now thinking to themselves, how are they going to get themselves a base hit here? So Ed Figueroa is back on the mound. He will pitch to Juan Beniquez, followed by Bump Wills and Sundberg. Right, switch right to hit against Figueroa, who's only given up 3 hits. So here's the pitch. Figueroa gets the sign, and here we go. It's an 11. That'll be a defensive check. So again, a defensive check, 69 this time on the Yankees. 69 will be an error on Nettles. So Nettles, who made an error in game 1, he is an error 4. You would think that would not be much of an error chance. One to 37 again is an error, and he makes the play. One hand. Figueroa gets the sign from Johnson, and here's the pitch. That'll be a 6. That'll be in play. So a 15 in play could be trouble, and that is a line drive base hit for Bump Wills. So Wills is on, 1 out in the 5th. We're going to probably look into that chart that we can use. So let's see. So Wills is on. So Figueroa's hold is a 7. And let's see what we'll need. That's why I was keeping this chart available, because I want to see how this one will work. So the jump will be a hold is a 7. So let's see what the jump is on. Let's see where the jump is there. Defense, durable, steal, run. He gets a 10. Okay, that would be interesting. So let's see if I can look at these cards real quick. Running, error, DP, injury, steal. Oh, 6B. So he's a B. So it's a B into a. So it's a B into a 7. So let's. Oh no, 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 no. I think it's a. I think the jump is a 6. Sorry. So it's a 6. So it's a 6 into a 7. So he attempts on a 63, and he holds on a 64 to 69. So let's see if he gets the jump, and no. So Ed Figueroa able to keep him close to the bag. So he's unable to steal. I kind of like that, just by the way. So now here is Jim Sundberg. Sundberg singled his first time up and scored the lone run. So here we go. Runner on first, 1 out. So again, Figueroa gets the sign from Johnson, and here's the pitch. It's a 10, and that is tough. Let's see if they can turn a double play here. Tough on a 44. A base hit for Sundberg. Oh, a base hit. Wills can probably take third. So the die is a 44, is a 4 on first, a single plus choice. So he'll hold there at second, and it'll be first and second and 1 out. So a big base hit for Sundberg, his second hit of the ball game, as the Texas Rangers now have something going on here in the home second. The home fifth, first and second, 1 out, and it brings up Hargrove. 1 for 2, a ground out and a single. A single extended the inning, allowing the Rangers to get the run they needed back in the third. First and second, 1 out. Again, Figueroa looks in, gets the sign from Johnson. Here's the pitch. It's an 11. It's another defensive check, and it's going to be a 76. Let's see if he can maybe get a double play ball here. 76 is a shortstop. Is a 76 is an error on Dent. So let's see what Bucky Dent could come up with this one here. So Bucky Dent's range is, he's an error 5. So that is good. So 1 to 28 is the error, one of the best you can get, and he gets the ground ball. So now we have a chance at a double play. So we're gonna re-roll the two dice. So Hargrove is an 8 double play. If the 2d6s are less than an 8, it's a double play. It is. It's a 7. So Dent turns the double play. 6. And then once it came up as a good ground ball play by Dent, then we rolled the 2-sided again against the double play. That's why we did it. That's the only reason why we did that. So a double play ball, 6, 4, 3, and it ends the job there. Roy White will now come up to hit in the top of the 6th inning. So Figueroa gets out of further trouble. Now in the 6th, the Yanks still looking for their first base hit of this ball game, and they are definitely what's going on here in Arlington. So White steps up. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game, struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Doyle Alexander. It's a 3. It's a defensive check. That's not the way you want to lose no hitters and stuff. So it's going to be a 24. And that is going to be a range check on the left fielder, Al Oliver. Pretty good. He is out there as a range. He is a range C. So 1 to 47 is going to be a hit. Oliver races in and he makes the catch. Oh no, that's a hit. Sorry, 48 to 99. So Oliver cannot make the play. Drops in for a base hit. So Roy White gets the first hit for the Yankees. Unfortunately, check, and White runs. Finally, they break through. So now let's see what the Yanks do. First hit of the ball game came into the 6th inning. So now here's Cliff Johnson. Not much of a bunter. You're not going to sacrifice with Cliffy here. Sundberg looks in, gets the sign from him. Here is the pitch. And that is going to be an 8. That will be a patient. That could be bad. 76 is a fly ball to center field. Beniquez is there, makes the catch. And that is the first out here in the 6th. So first out here, fly ball in the 8 there. And then It will now be Bucky Dent. Flied out his first time up. They need a big hit here. One out here in the sixth. Yankees still trail 1-zip. Alexander looks in, gets the sign from Sundberg, and here's the pitch. That will be an 11, and that will be in play against Alexander. 0-5, and that's a base hit. So he wraps one in left field. It's a 5. Runner on first is one base. So White will stop at second base. So base, this time a legitimate base hit for Dent. And now that makes it runners at first and second with one man out. Yankees second hit of the ball game. To the top of the order we go for Willie Randolph. First and second, one out. Randolph trying to get a big hit here. Sundberg puts down the sign. Alexander looks in, gets it. Here is the pitch. That is going to be a 7. That is going to be in play, but it's a 90. Oh my, that is a ground ball to short. Do we have a double play ball? It's going to be. Randolph is an 8 double play. It is a 7 on the board. 6-4-3, and Doyle Alexander gets out of harm's way and turns the double play. Does not score, but a double play bails Doyle Alexander out of this. So let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 Texas. So now Bert Campaneris will lead off for the Rangers. It'll be Campaneris leading off, followed by Oliver and Zisk against Figueroa, who's only given up 5 hits through 5 innings. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign from Johnson. Here's the pitch. That is going to be a 7. That is going to be in play at 21. He just misses it. Oh my, pop the second. Randolph will make the catch and makes it. Oh, he could have had a base hit there, but it was not low enough. So Figueroa again getting too much of the bat here. And now here's Oliver. Oliver's 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up back in the 3rd inning. Big left-handed bat against the Puerto Rican right-hander. 1 out here in the 6th. Figueroa gets the sign from Johnson. Here's the pitch. That will be a 7. Again, that is too much. That is too much bat on the ball. 0-9, and that'll be a line drive base hit in the right field. So Oliver hits one to right field. Jackson plays it, throws it back in, and Oliver has himself a base hit. So now here's Richie Zisk. Zisk the batter. Now they can need a double play here if possible, but he runs a little bit better than you think. So they would definitely need a low roll on the D6s. So here we go. So runner on first, 1 out. Figueroa working now from the stretch. Johnson gives him the sign, and here's the pitch. That will be what they. Oh, it's gonna be a rare play again. So it's gonna be a tough with runners on base, rare play. Always kind of exciting to have one of these pop up sometimes. We'll see if we can concur with that. Hang on 1 second. We try to find the rare play with. So it's going to be runners on base. Oh yeah, runners on base, and that'll be tough. So let's go ahead and roll it and see what we'll need. And that'll be on 39. They will need another page. So 39 says batter strikes out on great pitch by pitcher, but catcher drops the ball, runners hold. If the 3rd out or first base is not occupied, roll 1d6. If equal, less than the catcher's E rating, catcher makes an easy throw to first, secures the strikeout. If the D6 result is higher than the catcher's E rating, the catcher throws wildly out to get safely up first, and all runners advance 2 bases. Batter run rating a second or more, advance to second on error. Otherwise, pitcher is safe at first. Batter is safe at first base. Record is a strikeout, E2. So batting team gets an extra out. 4 outs complete the inning. So now, okay, but there's a runner on first base. That is a strikeout. So you cannot move anyway. So that is dropping a 3rd strike does not matter in this case. So first base is luckily occupied. So a strikeout from Figueroa. So a big strikeout out there. Thank goodness for that. I was worried about Cliff Johnson on that one. So with 2 outs, here is Toby Hara. Hara the batter, right-handed hitter. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That will be an 8. Again, too much bat on the ball. That will be a 44, and that will be a line drive to the shortstop. Didn't have to move, and that will end the inning. So Al Oliver's hit is wasted. We will go to the top of the 7th. It is 1-0 Texas. So top of the 7th, and the Yankees will bring up Rivers, Munson, Jackson against Doyle Alexander here in the 7th inning. Let's look at things here. Oh, okay. All right, folks. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. Please like, please subscribe. If you're not a member of the chat, we do appreciate it. And hopefully there's no shenanigans here with the ball games. Hopefully you guys can see everything. I do apologize. So here is Rivers, Munson, Jackson, left, right, left against Alexander here in the 7th. So far the line score, Texas 1-6-0, the Yankees 0-2-0. Rivers in the ball game is 0-for-2 with a couple groundouts. Doyle Alexander looks in, gets the sign from Sundberg, and here's the pitch. It's a 5. It is in place. We got a good wood on it. 42 is going to be just a little bit high, and that's a line drive right at Bump Wills. Oh, Mickey smiles as he got good wood on it, but Bump Wills was right there. John, here is Thurman Munson. Munson is 0-for-2, ground out and flied out. So far he is in 7 at-bats. So far it looks like he has 3 base hits. So here we go. Munson steps up against Alexander. Alexander gets the sign from Sundberg. Here is the pitch. And that will be, again, oh, that's a tough one. That is a strikeout for Munson. Swung over it. So Munson strikes out. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Doyle Alexander. So big strikeout there. And now here's Reggie. Reggie steps up. He struck out and flied out. He steps up against Alexander. Sundberg puts down the sign. Alexander looks in. Here is the pitch. And that will be a 4. That will be tough. 24. That's a strikeout. 2 strikeouts today for Doyle Alexander. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, it's 1-0 Texas. Well, as Ed Figueroa so far a snake bit, trails 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. There'll be Washington, Benitez, Wills, lefty-righty switch against Figueroa here in the bottom of the 7th. So then Washington has struck out and flied out. Figueroa has 5 strikeouts and no walks so far. Figueroa gets the sign from Johnson, and here's the pitch. That will be an 8. That'll be 88, and that's a ground ball. The 2nd, Randolph off the play, throws him out, and that's 1 away. So a good play by Randolph there. Again, Figueroa getting 0-for-2 in the ball game. Started off the game 4-for-4, so now he's officially 4-for-6. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa looks in, and here is the pitch. That will be a 3 from Figueroa. That's in the wheelhouse. 57 is just a little bit high. That will be a fly ball right field since Jackson back to the track makes the catch. Benitez with nice opposite field power, but not enough to get it out of here. 2 outs, and here is Bump Wills, 1-for-2, struck out and single back in the 5th. So Will steps in, switch hitting, batting from the left-hand side. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa looks in, and here is the pitch. That will be patient. 46 patient against a righty will be a single. Bump Wills takes it between Randolph and Chambliss in the outfield. So Wills has his 2nd base of the ball game. He's 2-for-2 in the ball game. So now Figueroa needs a way to get out of this little jam now. Runner on first, 2 outs. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa looks at Wills. Hopefully they'll hold him on. Here is the pitch. That will be a 7. Again, that's too much at the plate. 87 will be ground ball to short, picked up by Dent, flips it to Randolph, and you have a fielder's choice to get out of this inning. So 6-4 on the fielder's choice, and we played 7-0 Rangers. So now the Yankees step up. Will be Chambliss, Nettles, and White. The Yankees only 2 hits in this ball game off Doyle Alexander through 7 innings. The Yankees need to find a way to get back in this ball game. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Yankees need something going here. They need to get against here. Here's Chambliss, 0 for 2. He's popped up twice. Alexander gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5 from Alexander. That's in play, but 2 not enough. Fly ball center field. Benitez had to back up maybe a step or 2. Makes the catch, and that's the first out here in the 8th. Yowza there. So a fly ball in the center field. So Chambliss retired. Here's Nettles. He's 0 for 2. So far, he started the season off. He's 2 for 6. So Nettles steps up. He's seen Alexander well. Let's see if he gets a good piece. Sonberg puts down the sign. Alexander the full windup and the pitch. It's a 3. It's a defensive check. Oh my, a 26 on a defensive check. 26 on a defensive check says range on Oliver again. We've had this before. So Oliver range check will be a C. Again, on a range, that will be a 1-47's a hit. So Oliver races in. Does not make the catch. Nettles drops in front of Oliver. So Nettles hits it the other Yankees with 1 out, have a man on. And it will be Roy White. He is a switch. He's a switch hitter here. So White, coming off the season, much better hitter against left-handed pitching. Ranger bullpen's got to get started here. So let's see what he is. He's a fatigue 7. So he's in his range. To me, it's like a Stratomatic fatigue. So 1 hit here in the 8th inning. He is not yet fatigued. So here we go. Alexander looks in the Sunbird, gets the sign, and here's the pitch. It's a 5 from Alexander. That's in play. 55 says ground ball to third. Oh, Hara may have turned 2. Let's see. It's a 5 on the Twin. White is a 6, and that's a double play. What a double play. Hara, the Willis on the quick pivot, throws it out and ends the inning. So Doyle Alexander has given the Rangers 8 innings of work here. So Wills is out. Nettles will play. So the Yankees are out in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Texas will now send up the top of the order, and that will be Hargrove, Campaneris, and Oliver against Figueroa, who's only given up 7 hits through the first 7 innings. So now Hargrove comes up. Figueroa gets a sign. Here's the pitch. Here is the pitch. That will be in play again. 0-9 base hit. Hargrove knocks it between Randolph and Chambliss. Second in the ball game for Hargrove. 8th hit for the Rangers. So now the Yankees have to consider their bullpen options coming up. Here is Bert Campaneris. So Campaneris, the batter, runner on first, nobody out. Let's see what his maybe bunting rating is. He's a bunting B. I wonder if we want to give that a shot here. Runner on first and nobody out. Campaneris is going to swing. He's been pretty hot, though. So here we go. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa gets it. Here's the pitch. This will be a 8 on Figueroa. Again, too much at a plate. That's in play. 45, and they may get a break on this. That's a ground ball to first. Let's see if we get an inning, two for the price of 1 here. So Campaneris' double play is a 7. It's an 8, and they don't. So Chambliss throws high, and then comes down. Hargrove's tough slide, and there's a runner on first and 1 out. The Yankees unable to turn a double play there. So a fielder's choice. So let's see. Campaneris will be goes to first. Hargrove is out, and we will call that 3-6. So 3-6 on that play. And now here's Oliver. You needed to get the double play there. You don't want to pitch to Oliver. He's 1 for 3 so far, 3 for 8 on the early part of the season. So Oliver will swing against Figueroa. Johnson puts down the sign. Figueroa looks in. Ooh, let's see. Timeout here for a second. So we're going to call timeout, and let's see if the Yanks decide to pull the trigger here. Here comes Billy Martin. He'll wave with his left hand, and we're going to get Sparky Lyle once again. So they're going to make Oliver hit a little bit weaker against his left-hand side. The Rangers aren't probably going to take him out of this ball game. So Sparky Lyle for the second straight day will come in, and Lyle will work the second day in a row. So Sparky Lyle's in. So bottom of the 8th inning, Oliver against Lyle. So here we go. So Johnson puts down the sign. Lyle gets it. Here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 7. That is getting in play. Too much of the bat. 95, the fly ball right field. Jackson goes over, drifts to the line, makes the catch. And there is 2 out. So Billy Martin claps his hand. He needs from Lyle there. So now here is Richie Zisk. So Zisk, the batter, again, this is a little tougher situation. Power from Zisk. He usually gets more power against righties. So this should be a good spot for him. Let's see if he gets it. Runner on first and 2 outs. Yankees trying to limit the damage so they can only need 1 run to tie in the 9th. Johnson puts down the sign. Lyle looks in. Here is the pitch. And swinging. That will be a 6. That is a tough. That's a 15. Struck him out on the slider. So Sparky Lyle comes in and does his job. We'll go to the 9th inning. It's 1-0 Rangers. So now the Yankees will probably be setting up a pinch hitter here. And if they do, will the Rangers make a corresponding move? That's the thing we had thought about last night in the first game about making moves. So Jim Spencer will come in. He'll bat for Johnson here. Problem is Johnson is the catcher. So the youngster Mike Heath would have to catch if they can get back in this game. Now the Rangers, Frank Lucchese, does he make the move to Jim Umbarger? Well, let's do this. So the white die you see is the D6. We'll say it's a 5 or 6. Lucchese comes out and takes out Alexander. We'll see if the move is made. Yes, he does. Oh, my. So Frank Lucchese comes out of the dugout, and he will get Jim Umbarger. So Umbarger will come in, and Doyle Alexander's day is done. So the Rangers, Umbarger, who had 1 save. So let's see. Not much of a closer. He had 9 starts. So we have to look at the Rangers team. Alexander might stay in this game. If they don't have a serious closer, Umbarger with 1. Comer pitched yesterday. He pitched 5 innings of Matlack. He was technically doesn't have a closing rating. The Rangers just don't have a closer at this point. So Jim Umbarger will come in to limit the damage on Spencer. So let's see. And yes, they will. So let's first make the move for the Yankees here. So let's first make the move. So Stanley will, not Stanley, it was Spencer. Spencer will hit for Johnson. And they decide, nope, they're going to pull him back. So let's see. So Spencer waits. There is his picture. So the Yankees will switch again because it's a catching position. They're going to waste a couple. They're going to waste a couple people here. So it'll be Lou Piniella will come and grab the bat. So Piniella will grab the bat. Spencer is basically wasted against the left-hander. Piniella played in the opener, was 2 for 3. Umbarger looks in. Sumberg gets the sign. And here is the pitch. That will be a 7, and that is that's Umbarger. Hang on. Hang on. Tall timeout here. Umbarger should still be in this game. And it looks like he got replaced all of a sudden. Haha. Not so fast, Jim. And Jim Umbarger should still be in this game. He's right there. Let's put him back in. That is going to be a 7. That's Patient. A 14. Patient is going to be a walk. So Piniella with a leadoff walk here in the 9th. So already a problem here for Frank Lucchese. Does not have a legit close up. That could be an issue. So Piniella is on at first. So now here is Bucky Dent. So Dent the hit. We know Dent can lay down a sacrifice if needed. He is a definite A. He so far in the game is 1 for 2. Do you swing away against Umbarger? So would you know what? Billy Martin, knowing Billy, he might tell him to lay down that bunt. So let's see if we can find a good bunt chart. He is an A though. We're going to take the time and do this the right way, we hope. So let's look at the let's look for the bunting rating here. Sacrifice A. So he is an A. So they'll play the corners in. So they're gonna look for the bunt. We'll say he's a B. And then we'll go ahead and roll the 20. We'll go ahead and roll the 89. Oh, that can maybe not be as good. 89 is a good sacrifice. Anything up to 90 would have been good. So Dent drops down the perfect sacrifice. Piniella the second, and they bring the tying runner now to second base. So a sacrifice bunt by Dent. He gets the job done. That'll be a 4-3 play. Runner to second. So now the Yankees with the tying runner, and now they bring up Randolph, who definitely likes to hit against left-handed pitching. Again, it plays in the favor. So Umbarger looks in. Maybe they should have kept their pitcher out there, but they went with the odds. So Umbarger, the lefty, runner on second, 1 out, gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That is a 9. That is in play, but unfortunately, a 72 is a ground ball to second. Wills will make the play. Piniella will go to third, and that is an out. So Piniella goes to third on it. 4-3, and the Yankees are down to their last out, and it's going to have to be Mick the Quick. Runner on third, 2 outs in the 9th. Yankees looking to get a big hit against Umbarger. So again, Umbarger gets the sign from Sundberg, puts it down. Here we go. The pitch, and it's going to be an 8, and that is going to be tough. He got the pitch he needed, and 47 is just a little bit high. Ground ball to first is Hargrove. He waves off. Umbarger gets to the bag, makes the play, and that's the ball game. And the Texas Rangers has won game 2 of this series by the score of 1-0 in a classic pitcher's duel. What a ball game here at Arlington Stadium. Well, let's go over the statistics here and the lines. So Texas wins this 1-0. Ed Figueroa takes the loss, goes 7 1/3, 8 hits, 1 run that was earned. Lyle goes 2/3, gets the strikeout. Doyle Alexander goes 8 innings, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. What a ball game for Doyle. Umbarger gets the save, goes 1 inning and 1 walk. So that was a big win for the Rangers. As the Rangers even things up at 1-1, the Yankees go to 1-1. Let's look at the next game on this series, so let you know what's going on and maybe when to see it. And the Yankees, I believe, will have one more game to play against the Rangers in this series. It will be on a Monday. It will be Dick Tidrow against Doc Ellis. And that will be game 3 before they go to Milwaukee for looks like a quick series there before going home to play the Chicago White Sox. Well, folks, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate everyone's time. Brandon Baker, the touchdown maker, is in. Thank you, Brandon, for coming in. I hope everyone enjoyed the game. Final score, Rangers 1, Yankees 0. This is the Sports Time Machine for Payoff Pitch, the new 1978 set. And we enjoy it. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Again, Big win for the Rangers as they even the series at 1-1.